Can debt drive you crazy? The shocking truth about debt and mental health. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to explore the complex relationship between money, stress, and mental health. Today we're going to tackle the question that might be on so many people's minds is, can debt really drive you crazy? We'll delve into the shocking truth about how debt can impact your mental health and your well-being, but also give you some tools and resources to help break the cycle of debt and anxiety. They should not be going hand in hand. So stick with me to the end of this video and I will share a free resource with you that you can take advantage of to help you get a tackle and get a head start on managing your finances and digging into financial wellness. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about the link between debt and mental health. Research has shown that debt can have a significant impact on your mental health. The stress, the anxiety of owing money to different people or for different things can lead to feeling overwhelmed, shame, guilt, makes you irritable and difficult to deal with. In fact, a study by the American Psychological Association found that 64% of adults reported feeling stressed about money, and 45% reported feeling anxious or depressed about their financial situation. So let's talk about the debt cycle. Like, what is this all about? So, how does debt become a cycle that is hard to break? Well, typically it starts with one major financial crisis or a setback, such as job loss, unexpected job loss, a medical emergency. You made a financial mistake or something broke at the house, and now we're trying to figure out how to pay for things. You may be taking out loans, paying, maxing out your credit card. But either way, that debt starts to grow and it causes stress and anxiety because now you're digging a hole and you can't see the light of day on how you're going to get out of it. It's like the interest rates and the minimum payments are starting to overwhelm you, and it's more, you have more month and more bills than what you have as far as income. So that's a really big way is how this whole thing starts. A lot of things that we don't think about is the psychology behind debt. Like, what are my thoughts about how I manage my money? Growing up, where you taught that saving was something that only rich people do, or did you think that certain bills, the more bills that you had, the more that it was a status of success or income because you had these different lines of credit. But understanding, like, what are your thoughts about money? The psychology behind it really plays into your behaviors and how you are managing your money. So let's really do a deep dive on just really how does this debt cycle really impact your mental health. So the impact on mental health can be severe. It can lead to anxiety, depression, isolation, insomnia, even suicidal thoughts. Suicidal thoughts. In fact, the study by the National Foundation for Credit Counseling found that 1 in 5 people with debt reported feeling suicidal. Like, that's major. The stress and anxiety that debt can bring could affect your relationships. It could affect your work performance, your overall quality of life. Finances are one of the leading causes of divorce. Okay, it's major. It does have a major impact on your life. And there's some things that you can do to break the cycle. So I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but let's talk about that. How do we break the cycle? Well, it starts by facing the reality of your financial situation. Get help, get some experts on board. Maybe I need to get a financial counselor. Maybe I need to consider, like, what are my resources and tools because I can't figure this out on my own. Each year, I look at my financial picture. I look at my debts. I look at my income. I look at the things that I'm spending money on. I go back and look at my bank statements and see, okay, you spent a lot of money on eating out in that month. What can I do to cut back on that? Because that's money that could be used to paying down bills. Or you spent a lot of money on clothes. Like, thinking about what ways can I cut back? I want to just do a little plug and just kind of introduce you to this PDF that I created to help you revitalize and revisit your finances. So if this is a hard topic for you to talk about or just to even get started with, I created a PDF. It's user friendly, it's easy to work through, but really helps you to tackle your thoughts behind this about debt and just how you manage money. So check that out in the description below. Share it, use it, print it, reuse it as much as you like. Also, there are other free resources on my website, thementalhealthdetox.com, that you can also use. So while you're going through this process and you're needing more mental health tips and things to kind of work through that, there are free downloads that you can take advantage of. Going back to breaking free of the cycle, again, facing your reality, using that resource that I shared with you all. But also, this may mean I need to get credit counseling or debt consolidation, or even for some people, bankruptcy. But you need to reach out to the experts in this field and realize, like, what are my options? Surviving this on your own is not going to help. You've done that and made poor decisions because of that. So let's think about what can we do differently to make this attempt to overcome these strategies in debt more successful. Also, while you're going through these things, think about your self-care routine. How are you managing this? How are you controlling that anxiety? A lot of our debt mistakes that we make are based off emotional decisions. So what are you going to do to keep yourself accountable and also in control, so that you're thinking objectively when it comes to how you're using your money? Again, that's a key game changer to breaking this cycle. And for some of us, we may be breaking a generational curse. So again, put yourself in position to where you're really going to be successful at doing this by using the free tools and resources, but also taking care of your mental health along the way. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that you found this to be informational, but also knowing the shocking truth behind debt and mental health. We hope that you found this to be helpful and informative. Again, take advantage of the resources. Remember, debt does not have to drive you crazy. And if it is, get out of that car. By facing the reality of your financial situation and seeking help, that's one step in the right direction in breaking that cycle and getting control of your anxiety. So there is a brighter future ahead. It's just going to take some work. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Again, check the website, the Mental Health Detox, for resources or just more things to come. And I will see y'all on the next one. All right. Bye.